Rodeo fans, it is rodeo time in Three Forks once again. For 2020, it's going to be a little bit different than before. We're going to be looking at some highlights from 2019 and talking to cowboys from all over the rodeo world, past and present. We're going to be doing some raffle drawings for some fantastic prizes. Take a deep seat, everybody. This is the No-Go Rodeo.
Still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's time to rodeo in Three Forks, and it's bareback riding time. Let's go to J2 Bridges, two-time reigning champion. He's won it 3 times overall, and he's back to try to get it again in 2019. J2 Bridges, Indian Outlaw, the name of the bronc. Come on, champ. I'll tell you what, J2 Bridges, he's showing you why he's got the hardware that says he's been the man to beat the last few years. Great ride for J2, and he likes it. Now, Griffin got his hands full with this one. Yesterday, we watched J2 Bridges be 71 points. Come on, Zach Griffin. Get moving, hang on, stay hooked. Oh, Griffin. Coming down the hard way, Three Forks. I'll tell you what, looks like he's all right, but that cowboy took a shot. Let's go to Austin Miller. Here's Austin Miller from Great Falls. Young cowboy just getting started. So far, still looking for his first 8-second qualified ride. Making it a little further each time. Oh. Well, Miller comes down too soon as that horse jerks that hand out of that rigging. No score for the young cowboy, but he keeps trying and he keeps getting a little bit further each and every time.
It takes a ton of heart and a ton of try to do what these guys do. Speaking of heart and speaking of try, world champion Deb Greeno.
Anybody can rodeo. And there's something for everybody to do in rodeo, and it's an individual deal, and there's gratification in that. And, you know, basically, there's no real – the organization, like for high school rodeo and college rodeo, is nothing like football, basketball, or anything. It's always up to the participants and the people that love the sport to put forth the effort to make it happen. And, you know, and committees like yourself, without you guys, there wouldn't be a place for us to go. But, I mean, it's just that desire that we learn to grow up with. Nothing's going to be handed to us. We got to work for it.
Before I let you go, the one common question we kind of been asking a lot of people is, give us a little rundown on your favorite rodeo rig back when probably in your earlier days, something that had the most personality and one that you got some good memories out of traveling in.
Oh, geez. You know, I guess a rodeo cowboy rough stock end of the deal, you don't go through that many outfits. You'll drive one for a couple years, but it'll dang sure have over 200,000 plus miles on them, you know. And so a lot of times when you're starting out, they already have 200,000 on them when you bought them.
Right.
You know, gosh, they were all great. I think one of the funniest ones, when I first started going hard, I traveled with Jay Kirkland, and he had an old 1976 Cadillac, and it was lime green. Of course, about that time, Ghostbusters was a popular movie, so guess what? The car's nickname was the Slime.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of those guys drove them big old Cadillacs. I mean, cars don't ride like those cars did back then.
Oh, I mean,
Boy, you didn't feel nothing. If you went over railroad tracks, you just floated down the road, And so, yeah, we'd travel down the road, slime. And, of course, we'd pull over and get gas. And Jay, he'd get his calculator out because we didn't have cell phones then, He'd figure up the gallons. He'd figure up the mic. Gosh, darn it. And I said, what's the matter? 11 miles to the gallon. I said, well, yeah. Well, everybody else that's got one of these old Cadillacs gets 17, 18. I wonder why mine don't. Well, so every time we filled up, we'd have to check the oil, and the hoods on them things were heavy. So anyway, it got so heavy that the spring, after you hit the latch on the inside, the lever on the inside to open up the latch, the springs got so worn out that it wouldn't pop the hood up anymore. So Jay'd get a cassette tape. He pulled the T-handle out under the dash and put his cassette tape in there. That way we could get out and get that heavy hood put up. Check the oil. Well, anyway, I made the short round somewhere and he didn't. So he jumped in his car and he's headed to another rodeo, and then I'd catch up with him later. Well, by the time I caught up to him, there's a crease across the middle of the hood. I said, Jay, what the heck happened to the car? Oh, jeez. He says, well, I filled up with gas. I got my calculator out and I was checking my mileage again. I still 11 miles a gallon. He says, I just got in and I put her in drive and I hit the interstate and I'm going on and I'm all steamed up. And all of a sudden, whoosh, the hood blew up and blew over top of the hood. He forgot to pull the cassette tape.
We're going to go to the time event, and Steer Wrestlers, we're coming to you. Garrett Yeager from Shoto is going to be our first steer wrestler out. Garrett Yeager, get set and ready to go. Cowboy from Shoto, Montana, wants to earn a little more money, move up into those standings in the Northern Rodeo Association. Yeager's going to take a jump at one. Now he's got to slide him to a stop. Come on, Garrett, set the brakes. Got to get a little lead in your britches. Turn him around, set him down. Come on, Garrett. Come on, Three Forks, help him out. Let's do it. Oh, it's wrestling time. Come on. Yeah. Whitehall Rodeo tomorrow night, as well as we fit all of our cowboys and cowgirls into 2 nights in Three Forks. Dunnigan likes it there. He's out. Right about there, he's got one now. Spin him around, go to the nose, yeah! As we get set and ready to go with Trevin Bowman from Hardin. All right, get him back in right where you want him. Make sure the steer's looking. Wants him running straight down the pen. Got his hazer over there on the other side. Boy, he pushed that barrier and he's got a hold of one. Slide him around, set him down. Come on, Trevin, yeah! After the second section of bronc riding. We'll invite your youngsters in if you got some 3 to 7. Come on, Jaden. Come on, Jaden. Oh, come on. There you go.
Good evening, everybody. Wow. I am sitting here this evening with Rooster Reynolds. Rooster's list of accomplishments is longer than my left arm. I suppose the crowning jewel probably would be NFR average winner. Was that 90s?
95, Doug.
95 it was, 1995.
What is that? 25 years ago.
15.
Oh,
Only 15 years ago. We're not that old yet. We're not that old yet.
okay.
If there's anybody that's done that, Rooster, it's you. You've lived life to the fullest, I think.
You know what? And I've been very blessed to get to do that. And there's a lot of the fullest life that, that I didn't need to fill. There's quite a few things, but I have had some great experiences, and I've had a lot of, I've never really done it ever by myself. I mean, I had a world champion for a father. I have an indoor arena, and my dad wasn't one to ever come up with many entry fees or money for me, but he always gave me steers and horses to practice on, and I learned. He paved a road for me, Doug. He paved a road to where, back in those days, when I went in the early '90s, and there were people that opened doors for me. That was back in the days when you stayed with people.
Yeah.
We were throwing 4 in a pickup in a Capri camper. 4 of us. I've slept with more men than I have women. I hate to say it, but I have. And I've slept with some good ones. I mean, I've slept with Ty Murray. I've slept with Ted Noose. Who the hell can say in Montana slept with Ted Noose?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No-Go Rodeo fans, it is time for a raffle drawing. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the KG Ranch. They donate a beef every year, and we've already had 3 winners that have been drawn already. Stephanie Bodgeson, I hope I got your last name there right there, Stephanie. Carol Fandrick and Kira Gifford, they have all won some beef, thanks to KG Ranch. And Jason Kelly won a gift basket from Legacy Training. So we are going to draw one more right now. We've got a mess of raffle tickets right here. I'm just going to reach right in here, mess around, and pick out this one right here. Lo and behold, that is Paige Desitov.
All right.
Paige Desitov. At a girl, Paige. You got some beef coming from the KG Ranch.
Heading to healing time. And Three Forks. First team out. Gonna be Brady Tryon and Sam Levine. Tryon and Levine gonna be first to set the pace in the team roping. Right about there, he likes it. He's after it. One swing and he's on it. Sam Levine, reach around, get some. Ooh, by the toenails. All right, Garrett Duncan, Colby King, gonna set the pace here in the team roping. Heading in healing time behind the barrier line. That's number 1. Don't break the barrier. That'll cost you a 10-second penalty. 3 legal head catches in the team roping, around the horns, around the neck, or a half head, which is a horn in the nose. On the backside, you have to rope 2 feet. If you only catch 1, it is a 5-second penalty. Those are the rules. This is how you got to do it. Garrett Duncan, Kilby, got him. Halfway home. Right about there, reach around, get some. Well, he got 1. All right, here's a team that can change it up. This team here can be quick. Jack Graham on the head and side. To get it on one quick. Sid Spore on the backside, never misses. Come on, Sid. Clean her up just like that and get you some. Great run, boys.
We are back again here, rodeo fans, and we are visiting with the legendary Vance Ruff. Vance Ruff has been there, done that, bought the T-shirt, wore it out, went back and got another one. And he's one of the few memories from Three Forks that's coming to my head right now is actually you and I roped in Three Forks. It's been a number of years ago, but I spun you steer in Three Forks, and to quote Corey Mitty, I spun him to be 14.
Did I catch him? Do you remember? Did I catch him? I don't remember.
No, to be honest with you, I don't think you did. But I remember that I jumped out and spun him kind of through a mud hole. It had rained, so.
Yeah.
And I was somewhat grateful for that because it saved the announcer, from having to say, Van Dyken tore the barrier down. Hang on, we got to untangle it from his horse's legs.
Oh, that's
well,
funny.
I always said of my team rope and of my heading, I can't score a horse very well, and I struggle a little bit with facing, and then that part in between, it's not real strong either.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
But what memories of Three Forks are in your world? Rodeo and then Three Forks. I'm sure you roped calves. Did you ever bulldog?
Not anything outside of college. And yeah, thanks for asking though. The college, it was a distraction, and yeah, so we won't go there. But lots of calves are up there. When I think of Three Forks, anywhere from Wrangler jackpots to the rodeo. The rodeo's infamous, especially if you grew up in this valley. That was one of the rodeos you just didn't miss. It was, for us, you and I, it's 30 miles down the road. Always a great time. Sometimes my memories get muddled between the rodeo and the after party. I mean, what a great community if you want to hang out.
Yeah.
I've had a little bit of success at that arena. You know how you and I talk about, we like going places where we've had success. Your confidence is higher. But yeah, I could never not enter Three Forks, just because of it was always good stock. But the grounds, the fairgrounds, the committee was always fantastic. Easy to work with, easy to talk to, all the way around. Just a fun rodeo to go to. And yeah, there's a few memories. I got bucked off a horse. Speaking of head and steers, that I don't do all that well either. I was put on a horse practicing that didn't get me once, but he got me twice, and I ended up pulling both groin muscles. And I was entered in the tie down and the team rope in there at Three Forks, and there was no way I was turning out. So I remember a friend of yours and mine, young Jordan Holland, was infamous at how to, and I think he learned this from his father, how to figure eight vet wrap between your legs to kind of tie your legs together to keep from stretching those groin muscles. And I roped a calf, didn't rope fast, tied him in 11. That picture ended up from that rodeo on some travel magazine, which it didn't look good to me. And then I had to go team rope, and I spun a steer like you spun for me in 14. And but that's one of those memories where you're like, why did I not just doctor release? And but I couldn't. It's Three Forks. And then I've got a great picture. One of my favorite pictures, and of course it's of the horse, was from Three Forks. So I have memories like that, but really all the way back to high school when Larry Peabody, 1981 world champion, used to practice there. And we would go down there in high school. And so my maiden voyage of riding bareback horses was there.
Tie down ropers, we're coming to you. As we get set and ready to go, J.C. Crowley's going to be our first tie down roper out. J.C. Crowley, he's going to run one down and get a hold right there. Nice run now. Watch him go to work on the ground. String a front leg, tie two backs. That's the way you want to do it. Good run for JC. Nice work. Go to Garrett Duncan. Garrett Duncan from Belgrade, our next tie-down roper. Garrett Duncan. Garrett's going to look it over. Oh, he's got him. Now, watch him as he goes down the rope. Horse going to back up, get that rope tight now. String a front leg and tie two back ones. Get them all gathered up. Cap's going to test him a little bit. Take the wrap right about there. That'll do it. Garrett Duncan. All right, Stensrud backing in. Looks like we got about 8 to go. Stensrud. He's after this one. This cowboy's having a pretty good summer in the Northern Rodeo Association. Sitting good in those standings, brought to you by Classic Equine. All right, here's Ramirez. Quick catch now. Go to work.
We are back again, rodeo fans. It is time for drawing number 2. And am I the luckiest guy in Three Forks or what? Diane and Christina right here with me. It can't get any better. Drawing number 2, we've got a couple of Three Forks Rodeo t-shirts. I think we're going to have some stickers to go with it, a little bit of swag coming to you. I'm digging back into the bucket, basket, whatever it may be, and Robin Hamilton.
Robin, you've won some t-shirts and swag. We'll
Whoop,
reach out to
whoop.
you. Woo-hoo.
We'll get in touch, Robin.
I am visiting right here with Charlie Lytle from Arley, Montana. Charlie is a saddle bronc rider, and he's been riding for quite a number of years, and some of them in the NRA, and of course with a few stops in Three Forks, Montana. So Charlie, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Tell us a little bit about what is going on in your world.
Well, right now, just had a newborn baby and trying to, move back to hometown of Arley after a year in Phillipsburg. So trying to get settled in with everything. And right dead of winter. So thank you very much.
So share with us a little bit, a few of your memories, your experiences from Three Forks and from NRA, and maybe from just the rodeo trail in general.
Well, Three Forks has always been one that I've usually gone to because it's not too far from where I've always been, which has changed throughout the years, but just say Arley, it's a 2.5 hour drive, and it's right dead in the middle of summer. So that's kind of the one that, you're either trying to maintain a top spot or you're trying to get your way clawed into that. So it's a pretty important one, in my opinion.
I've just been handed a little Post-it note here, and on which are these words: ask him about town broke.
Oh, Lord.
I think this is going to be a highlight.
Well, that started, I couldn't even tell you when, 5-6 years ago now, where a traveling buddy mentioned something to the rest of the car, how I was not town broke. He couldn't bring me into a public setting very often. And one of the guys just took it and ran with it. And as it turns out, I'm extremely photogenic. So, it spread across the internet.
We're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to go into the Three Forks saddle reshoot. Saddle bronc riding is where we're going to go. Charlie Lytle from Arley, 2-time in the name of the bronc for Charlie tonight. Now, saddle bronc riding. Mark out rule is in effect. That's what our officials will be watching for. This is Charlie Lytle. Make a ride, Charlie. Stay on. Oh. No score for Charlie. No score. All right, now we're going to move up to Andrew Evangene. Nitty Gritty, the name of the bronc he's got drawn for him tonight. Good shot there on the screen of Andrew prepping and getting ready, our stock contractor, Mr. Dick Lyman. Evangene, let's ride. He's got one by the name of Hardball drawn. Great big roan bucking horse from Jacobs Rodeo Company. I'll tell you what, this cowboy just loves to ride bucking horses. Doug Hall got his bronc rein measured out, getting his feet in them stirrups. Remember the mark out rule in the saddle bronc riding. You have to have the heels of your boots over that horse's shoulder. First jump out. After that, 50 points for the cowboy, 50 for the horse. Who's going to win it all? Come on, Doug Hall. Might as well be you, cowboy. Doggy Hall right there, and he can hear you now. Three Forks, what do you think for the Browning man? Hang and rattle. Oh, nice ride, Doug.
One more time, No-Go Rodeo fans, it is drawing time again. Once again, we are giving away a great box beef from the KG Ranch. Thank you. One thing I do want to mention to you, if we've drawn your name here this evening, don't panic. You're not out of the running for that Henry Golden Boy 22 rifle. You're going to be back in for that. Everybody's name goes back in for the big drawing for the Henry Golden Boy. So bonuses all around here. Reaching back in, coming up with another name. The box beef, and I've got two of them there. Now I have one.
Wow.
Robin Hamilton. Backy to Backy.
She had multiple tickets. Wow. We marked the
Nice
first
work.
one, and so it's not the same one. Wow. Good job, Robin.
Wow. Good night for Robin. Mojo, Robin. Sit on it. You got mojo.
Thanks, Robin. It says his microphone is working. Why can't we hear him? No.
God, he looks so young.
He is a baby.
Oh,
He can't hear us.
God, I feel old, Chase. I am old.
Okay, now I can't hear you guys now. This technology shit never liked me.
Please do.
How's that?
There.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my God.
Oh.
The technology sure is awesome.
Can we make the party turn it up?
Anyway, when they're all figuring it out, Chase, I'll talk to you.
Perfect.
Go ahead, Doug.
I'm thinking he could probably hear you without the computer. Chase, I am Doug Van Dyke, and I too have not had the pleasure of meeting you, but look forward to doing so in the future. Of course, you know Rooster Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
We've been here setting a talking story, as they would say in Hawaii, about this, that, and the other. But anyhow, we were looking forward to talking to you, kind of hoping you'd maybe relate to us, maybe a bit of your couple of the highlights from Las Vegas, and maybe a couple of highlights from your rodeo career in general. Where'd you end up this year when all the dust settled?
I think I ended up 8th again, and got 3rd out of the average. So it was, I definitely can't complain. You'd like to go in there and win every single round, but I don't know if I was destined for it this year, but guess I'll have to watch out next year.
Mm-hmm. So, talk a little bit about the entire Texas experience as opposed to a Vegas experience. How was it different?
It's tough to compare. Vegas is, everybody's watched the NFL in Vegas since we were kids, and that's always the dream. And the arena there, it's a little smaller, everybody's closer to you, so the atmosphere it's crazy. But Texas did a good job for what kind of little time they had, and just the circumstances. It made it pretty tough this year to even have one. So just the fact that they put it on, we're all extremely grateful for that. But it was cool. The bigger arena, it was nice. A lot of them horses had more room to go and didn't get into the wall quite like Vegas. But then some of them just didn't buck as hard with the more room they had. They kind of got out there and long, and it definitely wasn't, rodeo town like Vegas turns into. You go anywhere in Vegas during the finals, and that's what everything's about. And it was a little more spread out this year. The stockyards, they were awesome. It was cool to go down there, and it was a good backup. But man, I can't wait for it to go back.
Like you were saying, it's pretty amazing that they were able to pull that off, given that, like you said, the short amount of time that they had. That
Mhm.
was, I'm always overwhelmed when it comes time to put on a simple jackpot team roping.
Yeah.
That is nothing in comparison,
Yeah, they did a great job.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Chase. I was just raising my hand because I, come from a small school, and when you want to speak, you get a guy like Van Dyken, who is an announcer. You can't quite quiet him. One of the things I wanted to say, Chase, is
It must have been something to get on the best bucking horses in the world and compete against the best saddle bronc riders in the world. And you know what? And we admire you coming from a little town like Deer Lodge and representing our little state of Montana. Hey, we're down here in Three Forks right now, and we were just kind of wondering, do you have any memories of this little arena down here, Chase?
Oh yeah. Everything from high school rodeos to the futurities they put on there. You know, we spent a lot of time in Three Forks. It was pretty close to us, so it was nice, quick, easy one to travel on, and it was always a fun rodeo. I liked going to Three Forks. We went to the NRA every year through high school and college, and yeah, I got a lot of memories there. You know, it was cool. It's one of the stepping stones that kind of got me to where I am.
And you just kind of appeared from nowhere. You want to tell me a little bit about yourself growing up?
Well, growing up, we were always involved with rodeo. Dad rode broncs when he was younger, and he ended up working for Mouse Hall up there in Browning, and they kind of adopted us when we moved up there. So, I mean, we were around rodeo our whole life and did everything from sheep riding, steers, mini bulls, and I always loved it. You know, it's one of the greatest communities in the world, and nothing beats the thrill of getting to ride in front of all those people and do good. And, it's cool getting to represent where you're from too. And I fell in love with it. The first horse that about knocked me piss cold at half a second, I was like, I want to do that for a living. And I don't know if something's wrong with me or what, but I always loved it. All those old guys. Benny was one of my heroes. I got pictures with him at Dillon when I was maybe a year old, and I always looked up to all those guys and thought they were cool as hell, and I wanted to be cool as hell like them.
It is again drawing time at the No-Go Rodeo. We have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe 6 winners so far, and we are going for number 7. Diane is shaking and baking over here.
Oh, you counted wrong.
I counted wrong.
There's been 7 so far. We're going for 8.
7. We are going for 8 right now. Math was not my thing. But number 8, I dropped that one. Sorry, whoever that was, I dropped it. And then I picked up Lisa Anderson.
Lisa Anderson. I know Lisa. Woo-hoo. All right, Lisa.
Good stuff coming your way, Lisa.
Gates are shut, eyes are ready, and we're ready to run. Come on, Reagan. Bozeman, Montana brings her to you. Set the pace Saturday night. Time to get some money. Here we go. One more to go. Come around 3, center home, make some noise. Let's do it. Reagan Bloom. Got a good run put together. How about 18 and 50? 18.50. Nice clean run to get us started. Let's go now to Sierra Erickson. Hella Montana Cowgirl. Working overtime in the Northern Women's Rodeo Association. Sierra Erickson. All right, 2 left-hand turns to go. 1 more to go. Keep them all standing up. Don't knock the course. Send them around. Ooh, getting a little wide on that last one. 19.03 for Sierra. 19.03. Cheyenne Carl, that's a great turn. This horse wants to turn him quick. 1 more to go. Yeah, buddy. This one's going to be good. She hustles across. 18.10. Barrel racing brought to you by First Community Bank right here in Three Forks. Lauren Wagner is going to set the pace now. Here it is, Junior Barrel Race, a chance for the youngsters to come to town and make some money. Lauren Wagner, she's after this one. Come on. So far, so good. Let's go 1 more time. Come on, Lauren. Yeah. Three Forks, help her home. Nice run, 18.76 for Lauren Wagner, 18.76. Nice work.
Sylvan Lacrosse, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm a professional bullfighter now, as well as dabble still in the NRA with some open weekends. Started my career out in the bareback riding and fighting bulls in the NRA, so it was kind of nice to have the roots there. I was lucky enough to qualify 2015 in the bareback riding, as well as get voted in as the bullfighter that year. So that was pretty good goal for me to accomplish that year that I had set out. And part of that trail to the NRA finals in 2015 was through Three Forks. Rode pretty well there, placed on one of Jacob Livestock's horses there, and then fought bulls. And like I said, on the way, it paved the road to the NRA finals for me. So,
have you? I would imagine that in the world of bareback riding and then going to bullfighting, I mean, I would have to say those are two of the more colorful events in rodeo. You must have some good stories of. Can you throw us a story of maybe a wreck, a near miss, or perhaps the most hilarious thing you ever saw?
Well, you can go on days and days. Rodeo, that's the best part of rodeo, is you make more stories and life memories going up and down the road with your friends who become your family than I think you would in any other sport. When I was riding bareback horses, I used to have an 88 Cadillac limo, funeral home gray, rode around in that for a year. We put a bed in the back, take it out, put 6 or 7 of us in there and go down the road. Blew the engine up in it once, and it took many years to get that thing back up and running. And as soon as it went down the road. But, a lot of them have just been great memories of camping out, being able to see different areas.
And I think this is kind of maybe true throughout all of life, but absolutely true in our world, in the rodeo industry. Some of your best times, some of your fondest memories were those times when you were on a shoestring, and a frayed shoestring at that.
Yes, sir. Yep. A lot of people that know me from my high school days, I was extremely tight with my money, and I still am. I'm a lot better than I used to be, but I was not afraid to follow somebody's sandwich into the trash and pull it out if they didn't eat enough of it. So
All right, Billy Buck's going to be our first bull rider. So right now, boys. Oh! Why would you want to change the channel when you can watch rodeo all night long? Raleigh. Coming to us from Idaho. Going to be down there in the Skyview storage chute. Raleigh Johnson says, let him out, boys. I'm ready. Stay up! Stay up! Let's go to Cody Lacrosse from Bozeman. Cody Lacrosse, Limpin' Lover, the name of the bull for Cody. We do have a re-ride. Riley Barge was awarded a re-ride option. I see him getting ready to go again. Riley, go ahead and get it warmed up. We're coming to you directly. Warm it up. Mr. Lacrosse, come on. Sit up and ride. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All sorts of trouble. Slap the bull.
All right, rodeo fans, we are back again for another drawing. This is a good one right here. Pendleton, the big bottles, the Grande bottle of Pendleton coming your way.
And not only just the bottle, there's a gift certificate. So this was donated by the Plaza Bar, great sponsor of the Three Forks Rodeo. It comes with a $25 gift certificate as well as this big bottle.
This is going to be life-altering for somebody. It really is. We're going to dig and drop and scratch and dig and drop, and I'm going with this one right here. Lindsay Klebanow.
Good job.
Can we go Lindsay Klebanow?
All right, Lindsay's house. Party,
Nice work. Yes. Party at Lindsay's.
Looks like we're going to go to the first security bank shoot. Going to be Gerald Esch getting set and ready to go. I talked about this cowboy, the run he's been making this year, going for the repeat, the three-peat. He wants it right about now. Come on, Three Forks, let's help him! Gerald steps down, the bullfighters move in. That's what I wanted to see. Nice ride from the champ. First thing he does is come tell his buddy Cole Wagner to try harder than him. Come on, Cole. Come on, Cole. Yeah, buddy. Oh, up and moving. Oh, keep going, Cole. Keep going. Turn right. There you go.
I think that's the greatest part about, you know, especially the NRA rodeos, how it's a community deal and the whole community pitches in. And in Three Forks, you can sure enough see it when, you know, you step out in that arena and there's not an empty seat in that place, let alone an empty spot to stand. It's incredible how many people come in and watch the Three Forks rodeo. And the crowd is always pumping there. You know, it's a great event, and it's always fun because that's what makes it the most.
We are getting a little slap happy here at the No Go Rodeo, but it is time again for another one of our raffle drawings. We've got 2 to go. We've got another box of beef that's going to be given away, and then the Henry Golden Boy. And remember, even if we drew your name here on one of these other prizes, your name is still going back in again for the Golden Boy. But before then, one more box of beef. Mixing, grabbing, barbecue.
What's for dinner?
Now, this is a name that I always say wrong. But it's
I would pronounce it
Callie. Callie Blanton. I would say Callie.
Oh. Callie Blanton. That's how I would say it.
Callie Blanton.
What did I hear? They moved Houston to May now. Is that correct?
Yeah, Houston, San Angelo, and the American all got pushed back to May. So
you can look this stuff up on the internet. Hey, I want to talk to you. You know what? You know the difference between your type of traveling right now, as you just described, compared to when I did. You know, you guys travel in a small pickup. You got 3 other buddies with you. They didn't make it. You did. You guys probably split travel expenses. You know, that's hard. You know, and look at the stuff you wear on your shirt now. You know, mine was eyeshadow and lipstick.
Well, No Go Rodeo fans, it is time. We've been waiting on this one all night long. A Henry Golden Boy. Going to be giving away 22 caliber. I don't know if any of you are gun nuts. I'm a little bit of a gun nut. I have a couple of Henry rifles, and they are sweet. That lever action Henry is the real deal. So we are going to be drawing a name out. You'll receive a card, and you go to Murdoch's, and it's a gift card. You'll go in there and hand it to them, and they'll have you fill out the paperwork for that gorgeous Henry Golden Boy, and then that baby is yours. So, without further ado,
the moment we've all been waiting for.
The shaking and baking has taken place, and we are digging and going. I haven't got anything off of this end. I'm going way down to the one end.
And the winner,
Colin Dunneman. I'm going to go with Dunneman there. It could be Dunneman.
No, I think it's Dunneman.
I think it's Dunneman. Colin Dunneman.
Congratulations, Colin.
Brand new Henry Golden Boy coming your way. Like I said, I don't know if you've ever had one of them Henry lever actions, but they are sweet.
I think we're going to get one more song out of Rooster here before we turn loose of you, Chase.
Oh, hell yeah, that works for me.
All right. There's a little girl in our neighborhood. Her name is Shirley Sklevich, and her left leg's made of wood. But she has a custom shoe that's made from a real Dutch. And when she wears it, you can't tell that she limps very much. The only time you notice when she sits on a fence rail with her leg dangling down, then you can really tell it gets to swinging. Oh, swinging. Yeah, swing just like a pendulum of Edgar Allan Poe's, and you can hear a hardwood knocking coming up between those toes from that leg swinging. Oh, swinging. Now, surely she's a beauty. She's the apple of my eye. She also has a strap hinge, hooks that leg to her thigh. But the only time you notice is when she wears tight-fitting jeans, and in a dress to that leg, the fabric sometimes clings. But when she's on the dance floor, she'll glide just like a swan, and you will start to wonder, is that leg really hooked on? Because it gets to swinging. Oh, swinging. Yeah, swing just like a pendulum of Edgar Allan Poe's, and you can hear hardwood knocking coming up between those toes from that leg swinging. Oh, swinging. Now I really love my Shirley, and I know that she loves me. I helped her pick that leg out from a black walnut tree, and we carved on it together so that it would look the same. And then with my carving knife, I whittled in my name. I carved it really nicely there up on her thigh. And every time we're loving, I can see my name flash by from that leg swinging. Oh, swinging. Swinging.
That was better make
God bless you, Case. Thanks for visiting.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Rodeo fans, how about that? That is the conclusion of the Three Forks No-Go Rodeo. We want to give a big shout out and a thank you to all of the contestants that stopped by and entered up and rode at the Three Forks No-Go Rodeo. We look forward to seeing you again next year. I think 2021 is going to be a whole new deal, and I really do think 2021 of the Three Forks Rodeo is going to be the best one yet. We have got some great new grandstands out there. That's what we've been working on this whole time. If you haven't had a chance to yet, please stop by threeforksrodeo.com and help us out to get those grandstands paid for. We will see you in 2021 at Three Forks, Montana.